Whenever we are stressed, people will find ways to relieve it. Some people go shopping, others spend time with family and friends, but also one very interesting thing you can do is play games. Weakness Man will introduce you to 5 mobile games that make you happier in your life.
Number 5 is Banana Kong Blast. In this game, you begin each run by getting launched from a barrel cannon. You'll then progress by tapping on your screen to be fired from barrel to barrel. Each one can send you flying in a different direction. There are also parts in which you have to swing from vines to slide down a tree trunk, but for the most part, barrel propulsion will be your primary mean of transportation. This transforms the endless runner gameplay of Banana Kong into something more similar to a standard platformer, save for the fact that you don't have total control over your movements. This means you have to put more effort into understanding the timing instead of just rely on your reactions to avoid obstacles. The graphics have also seen huge improvements compared to the first Banana Kong, use of 3D graphics in a 2D environment. This results in sections in which Kong seemingly floats between the background and the actual screen, giving off a stronger vibe of momentum. At the moment, Banana Kong Blast features 48 levels for you to play through, with more promised to arrive in future updates. As mentioned, it is up for grab right now on Google Play and the App Store for free.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake?
Number 4 is Once Upon a Tower. Escaping a dragon isn't exactly an easy task, but it's the one we've been given in Once Upon a Tower. You play a princess locked into a tower who has to do everything possible to escape the huge structure and get away from the dragon that's guarding you. You do have a huge hammer to help you face any problems along the way. This frenetic game sets you to destroying blocks and enemies while descending through this danger-plagued tower of evil. The game controls are easy to learn as everything runs on the basis of sliding your finger around the screen in the 4 traditional directions. Which action you take depends on what you've got in front of you. For example, if you swipe down and there's a block under you, you'll destroy it, and if you swipe right and there's no bad guy in front of you, you'll move in that direction. All very intuitive. Each level of the castle has its own bad guys and traps that get harder and harder as you descend each floor. The game makes you move fast because now and then the dragon pops out from behind the tower and breathes a bit of fire at you, which you'll have to dodge if you want to stay alive. Once Upon a Tower is an interesting game on Android and iOS. It boasts a delightful gameplay and tons of unlockable content and objects that you can take along with you. Plus its graphics are gorgeous and the smoothness with which it moves is a gift for all gamers.
Music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing.
Number 3 is Aquapark.io. This is a competitive online game that challenges you to reach the finish line first. Unlike other race games, you'll be traveling on a water slide. Forget about having to go through long and numbing tutorials. This game is all about simple and accessible playability. So much so that you can play this game with only one hand, since you'll move your avatar with swipes towards either side. Just keep in mind that you have to dodge other players that are also going down the water slide. The best part about the game is that only doing that won't get you very far. You'll surely get to the finish line, but victory will probably be far away. As you can tell, you need to focus all your skills to play the game as well as good timing, because the more advanced players will try to glide through the sky from the get-go and try to reach as far as possible. This game is a mishmash of games that you can enjoy during those relaxing times of your day. The rounds are super quick, which is ideal when you need a moment to escape your current situation. It's not easy to find someone who doesn't enjoy video games like this one, especially since Aquapark.io challenges you to spend your time trying to figure out how to become a flying squirrel. Basically, this is a pretty enjoyable game. Number 2 is TOCA Kitchen 2. You start by choosing a colorful character to feed. When you open the fridge to survey its savory delights, characters will sometimes express their interest in different foods. You can prepare the food with 6 different tools, including a juicer, chopping board, pot, frying pan, deep fryer, and an oven. Next, does the dish need salt and pepper, hot sauce, soy sauce, salad dressing, lemon, or that catch call your favorite? The 3 expressive and diverse characters will gulp down your culinary creations, then show their delight or disgust based on their own tastes. Just like real people, different characters prefer different foods, prepared in different ways. You can experiment with extreme flavors to elicit characters' sneezes, smoky coughs, faints, or the spitting out of food they don't like. Budding chefs might make other choices too, mixing various ingredients or even feeding characters straight out of the fridge. The palate-pleasing possibilities are endless. TOCA Kitchen 2 is best for introducing you to cooking. With quick results, no mess, and no risk, TOCA Kitchen 2 is a safe and silly first kitchen for you. While you cook at home, remember to make simple things or you'll get in trouble.
In the beginning, there was time, no room for darkness to take place. Calling for the light in the mystery of life. Every night has come to this. On every star we'll make a wish. All my life I fought for this, a new beginning.
Number 1 is GRIS Mobile. This game opens in a world devoid of color. As a nameless, silent young woman, you traverse the desolate landscape, filled with crumbling ruins and a bleak sky, with an almost balletic sense of movement. You float and glide through the world. Slowly you're able to bring color and light back, and as the world morphs, so does the main character. GRIS starts out simple and stark, but ends as one of the most beautiful games ever made. The simple way of describing GRIS is that it's a side-scrolling platform game where many of the traditional elements have been stripped away. There are no real enemies to avoid, and you won't die from a big fall. In fact, as far as I can tell, you can't die at all. There are some mildly difficult platforming segments, but for the most part you won't find yourself especially challenged while playing. But it's not that kind of game. Instead, GRIS is about experiencing the world, and unraveling the mysterious story at its core. At first there isn't much to it. You simply walk through an empty space. What's remarkable about GRIS, though, is how it constantly introduces new concepts, and steadily builds into something more complex. The goal, ostensibly, is to collect a series of orbs scattered around, which in turn will create constellations in the sky that will eventually add color back to the world. With each color comes a completely new experience. The first color you'll uncover is red, which turns GRIS world into a harsh desert. Powerful winds will push you around, forcing you to hold on and wait for them to end. Later on, green will bring plants and animals, and blue will introduce rain and water. With each change comes new ways to interact with the world, including new abilities. In order to withstand the heavy winds, for instance, you can turn your character into a heavy block. After a few hours she'll be able to swim, float, and team up with birds to rocket through the sky. This ever-changing world is what keeps GRIS engaging for the few hours it lasts. Like Monument Valley, it's comparatively short and easy, but that doesn't matter. It's a game where just exploring is enough. It feels good to move around, and the game looks so amazing that you can't help but want to see what's next. It's a game that starts out beautiful, and only improves the more you play. GRIS is the last game I want to introduce to you in this video. It's time to say goodbye. I hope everyone will have fun moments with my game list. Thanks and see you in the next video.